one of the best stadiums in football. Welcome, everyone, to U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we're ready for an entertaining battle. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Will Reichert has it all teed up, and we're off from U.S. Bank Stadium. On the return, here's D. Alford. And this drive will start inside the 25. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL. Kate, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass, it was a scramble. But it nets the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
2nd and 3 now. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And they haul him down after a gain of a couple. Leaves him in need of 1 more yard here on 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Penix on the sneak. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
A gain of 3 yards.
Everybody understood the assignment right there. For one guy, the quarterback, get the snap and make the marker. For the other 10, drive like mad, push like crazy, and create that space for the first.
They've got 1st down here from the 36. Now Penix off the play action. Took off with it again. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Falcons 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, around to Robinson. And the ball is going to remain at midfield as he is stopped at the line, no gain.
Absolutely no fear in his game. Even one of the smaller defenders out there, he isn't afraid to go charging into all those linemen and dish out some physical play himself to make that stop.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Penix here from the gun. Throwing this one back of the end zone. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. Third down, it's Penix. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
All J.J. has ever done in his career, no matter where he's been, is win. And there is something to that. I know at times it's hard to measure how much of it was him, how much of it the people around him. Most importantly, just ask his teammates over the years. They love playing with him. That is a characteristic that's important, and I don't think talked about enough, Kate. Do you guys in the huddle want to play for you? Do they believe in you? Everywhere J.J. has been, he's lit up that huddle, and success has followed.
The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Jones once more. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Receiver in motion. He's headed right. Throwing on first. It's McCarthy. This one's to Hawkinson outright. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
He was brought down by Caden Ellis. Brings up.
Through one quarter, neither side breaking through on the scoreboard. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from U.S. Bank Stadium after the break. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They'll start out with 3rd and maybe a couple inches at most. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's 4th down.
Come on, Kate. Put me in. One play, one time. I may have retired back in 04, but I could pick up a couple inches on that sneak. Astounding that call did not turn into a first down. Come on, boys.
Field goal. A 58-yard attempt.
Distance is good, but not the accuracy. He just missed it left. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Falcons taking the field for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Now here he goes on the boot. Throw left side, complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. To the air on 3rd and long. He's trying to lay this one in deep down the right side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. That's Miles Price back deep for the Vikings. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Minnesota all set to go for its second drive. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Vikings to the line now. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And this one doesn't go far.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Minnesota.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Vikings first down.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. He's held it just a couple of yards on that carry, and that brings up 2nd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Well, Brock, still awaiting our first points of this game, and we've arrived at our 2-minute warning. Sit tight, more coming your way from US Bank Stadium after this. From the shotgun, McCarthy. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He puts some juice on a deep throw down the middle.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Throwing now on 1st down. Penix. Now try to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that 1st down because you call a screen on 1st, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, that defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Penix working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You know, kid, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Penix. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
In real estate, Kate, it's location, location, location. In football, it's rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. And you don't get 3rd down conversions, you get no rhythm.
Bradley Pinion on now to punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And he's calling for a fair catch, which is made at the 33-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
Brings up 2nd and 16 at the 27-yard line.
So that's halftime, and we've arrived here scoreless. Now let's head over to our buddy Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here on the 5th floor studios. You can't win if you can't score. That might be the message to the offenses at halftime. Both completely shut down as we are scoreless at the break. First touchdown wins, maybe even next field goal wins. Let's find out who can score the game's first points as we rejoin our commentators, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, thanks for that hard work, Scott. These two teams ready to break this tie as we welcome you back for the third quarter. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say this has been a defensive slobber knocker through two, right? Maybe some points finally on the horizon as we resume play. This makes it up to the 25. Out come the Vikings for the debut possession of our second half. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Getting a pistol formation here first as they come to the line. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Running a screen now for Jones. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Third and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison. So that brings up 4th and long.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond 3rd down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now time's not on their side either.
Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
A toss now to Robinson. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 7, Brock, to begin this drive.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Here's a counter give to Robinson. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down. Staying with Robinson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule, but you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Another carry for Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. First down, and they go right back to it. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Design bootleg here. Gets this one to Tyler Algier. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
7th play of the drive, offense facing 3rd and 3. To the air with Penix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You see this all the time. The #1 thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that 4th down, gets down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Zane Gonzalez on to attempt this field goal. This from 48 on the left hash. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And here in our 3rd quarter, finally able to get their first points of this game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. On the return, here's Miles Price. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Minnesota into formation. It's 1st and 10. They'll motion the slot man right. They'll start with a give to Jones. And that's an 8-yard chunk to start this one. That brings up 2nd and 2. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. So we're through 3 here. It's Vikings football. They're down, but not out on the scoreboard. First down carry, got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Gonna let this one fly deep downfield. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Motion man sent left. Third down, here's Jones. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care. If you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie, you can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
Going to the ground again on first. They stuck with him, but this one heads the wrong way. He winds up losing yards. Hate to say it, but it kind of feels like time, Brock. It might be time for this offense to get a little more one-dimensional because his ground game hasn't done anything. I mean, just look up at the scoreboard.
Or maybe the in-between is a little play action. I mean, everything they've done, unfortunately, has not worked. And that one, to go backwards, really.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Let's see what they went with. Third down. They put a receiver in motion right. He's back to throw. Hits him on the out route. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Got some good space on that run, Brock. It's a gain of 8 in enemy territory.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on second down. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 6. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets them just as many yards as a short completion would have.
It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings trail by a field goal. New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38. 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. Knocked away. That's going to be incomplete. Defender there. That brings up second down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate. That was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. We've got a screen to the running back. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw it. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 13 on that play. And the Vikings are going to have a first down.
These QBs make it look easy, but that requires such a large amount of body control when you throw it on the move. You got to be able to get the same accuracy you would if your feet are set. Sure takes a lot of repetition to make it look easy.
Looking underneath, it's Jones. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first.
It's now second
And they still have
six.
2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Yard line.
Second and 6 coming up here. He'll look to throw it. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Setting up to pass. The left side brought in by Hawkinson. They're backed up. Not a stop they could afford, Brock, as this one loses yards.
Brings up second and 12 at the 17-yard line.
Offense to the line for second down. Here he is to throw. Same guy. Here's Hawkinson again. He's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. About set. This is 3rd and 5. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he hits a wall, stops at a yard. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Alford on the tackle. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
A lot of pressure on this kid for Will Reichert. Now with just 7 seconds left in the game, we've got a timeout. For the second time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Looking good, and it's through. And in the final moments, they have tied this game.
3-3.
Overtime rested on his leg, Kate, and he got the job done. And now, well, if things go a specific way in OT, the next time we see him line up, it could be for the game winner.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. So no return this time. This is going to go for a touchback, Brock. Let's see what they do with this final snap.
At their own 35-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Penix looking to pass. This to win the game. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. That's no way to end the game, right, Brock? Can't have an offensive penalty on the final play. So an untimed down coming up. The kick is good. He got it. And the 3rd time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So the Falcons will fly home with a win on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we bid you farewell from Minneapolis.